Welcome to the home of Indiana State Government. If these Indiana limestone walls could talk, what a story they would tell. This historic building is more than 100 years old. When it opened, legislators traveled here on horseback or by horse-drawn carriage. When the first bill was passed inside these walls, women had not received the right to vote. When legislators first burned the midnight oil during a late session night, they may have done so literally, as America was just shifting from oil to gas and electricity. Over the years, this has been a place where Indiana's past, present, and future come together on a daily basis. It is a place of history, art, and civic involvement, all rolled into one, from the statue honoring fellow Hoosier and U.S. President Benjamin Harrison to the places where women's suffrage and equal rights debates were once held. It is a place to celebrate the past, take action for the present, and plan for the future. While this building is home to the state's legislative, judicial, and executive branches, it is above all the people's house, your house. Come with me now as I take you through the Capitol and explain how the legislative branch works for you. Here we are in the rotunda of the Capitol. Behind me is the Constitution display case that houses the two constitutions that we have had in our state's history. The 1816 that was written under a constitutional elm in Corden, Indiana, and then the 1851, which was a product of the convention. I encourage you to come down to the State House and check out the constitutional display case. It's airproof, it's got bulletproof glass, and it's adorned with that wood from the constitutional elm.
The Senate will come to order.
This is the Indiana Senate chamber. This is where bills are debated, passed, or defeated. There are 50 Senate districts, each consisting of more than 120,000 constituents. Senators serve four-year terms. Half of the Senate is elected every 2 years. There are 100 House districts, each consisting of more than 60,000 constituents. House members serve 2-year terms. All 100 House seats are up for election every 2 years. Although legislators are in session for only part of the year, work continues at the State House during the summer and fall months as we develop legislation and study issues affecting Hoosiers. If and when those ideas become law, we hope they will make Indiana a better place to live, work, and raise a family. Being a member of Indiana's part-time legislature, senators usually spend most of their time out in their districts, but when they're in the State House, they're either on the Senate floor or they spend their time working with constituents or on legislation at their desks like this one. The first step in creating a new law is for a legislator to draft and file a bill in either the House or the Senate. The bill is then read by title for the first time, and the Senate President Pro Tem or the Speaker of the House refers the bill to a committee for review. Once the bill is assigned to a committee, the committee will hold a public hearing to discuss the pros and the cons of the legislation and allow citizens to voice their opinions on the bill. Then any amendments or changes to the bill are considered. At the end of the hearing, the committee will vote to either send the bill back to the full legislative body or not. If passed by the committee, the bill is read for a second time, and legislators have the opportunity to amend or change the legislation. The bill then moves to its third reading, where the members debate the merits of the bill, and the full House or Senate will vote to approve or defeat the bill. 51 votes in the House and 26 votes in the Senate are needed to approve a bill. If the bill passes, it's sent to the other chamber and the process starts over. Both chambers must complete this process before a bill can become law. After the bill has been considered by the other chamber, two things can happen. One, if no changes have been made by the second chamber, it's sent to the governor for his or her consideration. Two, if the bill is amended by the second chamber, it must be returned to the chamber where it began, so changes can be approved or rejected. If the changes are agreed upon, the bill moves to the governor. However, if the original chamber disagrees, the bill is sent to a conference committee for more discussion. A conference committee is made up of 2 representatives and 2 senators. These 4 legislators study the bill and try to come up with a compromise, which may then be voted on by both chambers. If both chambers approve the compromise, the bill is sent to the governor. He or she can sign the bill into law, veto it, or do nothing. If the governor does nothing, the bill will become law without his or her signature in 7 days. Even if the governor vetoes a bill, it can still become law if 51 representatives and 26 senators vote to override the governor's veto. So with the governor's signature, no action by the governor, or a veto override by legislators, a bill can become Indiana law. Yes, if these Indiana limestone walls could talk, they would indeed have quite a story to tell. But the story isn't finished. New chapters are written here every year, and you can become a part of the process by visiting the State House, attending committee meetings, and providing feedback for your senator, representative, and governor. After all these years, it is still a place to celebrate the past, take action for the present, and plan for the future.